Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am the most important man in the world today, for I have talked to the Al-Qaeda man. And we have ironed out all of his head problems, man, and created peace in the world because he is our own long-lost Jehovah God man. And I know this is shocking, but it's all true. For he simply lost his mind after the Garden of Eden and became Lucifer, Satan, the devil's man, and the enemy of all of mankind here to first ever since then. And it's been trying to destroy the world. And all of mankind out of it too, because he always felt it was his world. But he was just always totally confused to do this too. For this is the mind of a criminally insane man, too, who all just lose their minds and forget who they are. And they never again be able to find their good who they are until they talk it out with someone, which happened with me. And they're all like in the same way that they go into the wrong minds and become backwards seers, juveniles, troublemakers, and just real big badasses and terrible people too. And this is like they are all ruled by the devil instead of God all the time. For their own good minds are always overruled by the madman and lunatic that rules them in the wrong minds. So the devil is the lunatic and the madman that could rule us all in their own minds. And this could just happen to anyone. And it happened to Jehovah. And so this is a terrible thing to happen to Jehovah, but it really happened. And he just came out today as the devil in the world, and not God, but Satan first too, and a criminal man, and will change right now and turn into our great Jehovah God man, and one good ruler for the world. So together we just made peace in the world. So just follow me now and we'll get there, man. Because right here I'll show you how we must change the world and why. And on Twitter and Facebook too, if you want, you can surely all take a look at our website and get the whole 9-page story on it and read all about it too some more. So here we go. In the beginning, Jehovah was an alien, and our first alien who came here from outer space. Are we only 3 minutes into this? Yes. And our first outer spaceman too. And our Heavenly Father too. So when he landed here, he was so happy because he had been cradled in space and he had to form his own mind into a box head in case he landed on one of those stars out there to make it a home. He could land on his head and rate himself, and he made 4 faces out of his skull to scare any evil creatures away that might kill him. And this is all of Christian theocracy coming true today in great revelation of Jehovah and how the Bible went. And everything just becomes corrected. And everything becomes understood. Really in this age of Aquarius, where peace should be in the world already. And when he first got here, he landed on a rock in Colorado on a high bluff and just looked back at the stars because he had found a home and claimed this house and this world to be his world and house and home. And thank God that he had found this place. And from that concept, he got the concept of being our good God man. Although he didn't know anything about humans. He was new and had to learn all this stuff himself. he made it a point to be our good God man and start learning everything about humans and make the natural man laws that he has, and learned everything he didn't know about humans on his own. So he always worked alone, and he just didn't get it all right. And the big mistake here is, in order for him to make himself a good God man and the Rock of Ages, he went to the jungle to make himself the hardest man in the world, because he didn't know the man and woman were the pattern man and the good father man. So he formed himself after a gorilla named Lucifer. And Lucifer, he lived with them for 20 years, and he made himself way too hard of a man, and actually landed on the point made for the criminal man and the pattern man for the criminal. So the criminal man comes out first as Lucifer, and it's only finally understood by today. Okay? And so this is our job of God, man. And this is how we're going to change the world. Because it got confused by backward seeing of the criminal man to always think to destroy it ever since after the garden too, when he became a criminal man. And that divided the world, and he divided the world instead of keeping it all one Christian world. After the salvation plan, he was the false prophet who made up the new God of Allah and canned our civilization and became Satan in his wrong mind to destroy the world like a criminal in prison in his mind that never gets his right mind back. And this is how he changed the world. Jehovah God had just now come out and saved the world, putting Satan down, which was his own juvenile self, and the devil's man now in this year of 2012, and just commanded New World Peace Now. And it's at www.declaresworldpeace.com, so read all about it there. And help us all if you can, because we need the world needs all of our help. And he has called for no more wars in the world today, to make it an all-Christian world, back to salvation plan. No more assassinations, no more killing by Al-Qaeda, no more holy jihad, no more Muslim wars from the east to the west ever again, and the full cooperation from the world. So go tell everybody, and their leaders of the East especially, the wars are now over, and they can start standing down. Stop all the fighting, stop all the wars. That's our start. Because by creating a Muslim civilization to war against the East, against the West, to kill the West, to rule the world by hard guys, criminals, which was wrong, he sees now. This is what he did. He created Satan's world, where the East is always warring against the West, and the Muslim hard guys are attempting to rule the world, which is just a bunch of bullshit, over the soft guys of the Christians. And now we change it to a peaceful world, where they both rule the world together with all Christian democracies, and this is by his commandment too. And the final thing is the abortion law. We fixed the abortion law. It's the mainbrain world law, and we make it a more perfect world than it was after the salvation plan. And as you can see, the abortion law caused 5 wars, and nearly all of them in the world today. And it's fixed by creating God's law, common ground. And you can see there's a little alien there who just actually made a great alien civilization in outer space. More perfect than it was after the salvation plan. So we're done. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll talk to you on another video at a later date, perhaps.